Hey everybody, I'm Stephanie with Steph's Door Decor, and today I'm going to show you guys how to make this really cute Easter wreath. I went ahead and constructed this Easter wreath already, but you can see it's a really cute sign in pastel colors with the ribbon and the deco mesh. And so I'm going to show you how to make your own. I also have this spring wreath. This is the one we're going to be doing today. It says spring. I will have both the spring and the Easter available in my shop for you to buy as a completed wreath. But today I'm going to do something a little bit different, and I'm going to have for you a DIY wreath kit. So you can order the supplies, which will include the cut ribbon, the wreath form, the deco mesh, and the sign. And when you order the wreath kit in a box, you'll receive all that and you can put it together yourself. So I'm going to show you how to do that today. But if you're just watching so you can know how to make a wreath out of deco mesh and ribbon, then this tutorial will be helpful for you too, because all the techniques you can use for just about any wreath. Okay, so today the deco mesh that I'm going to use is this jute poly mesh. It's a 21-inch mesh. It's a poly and it's mixed with jute, a jute fiber. And this one has, I don't think you can see this, but it is natural colored with a little bit of ivory running through it. So it ends up looking a little bit lighter, which I thought was cute for spring. I also have this 15 to 24-inch wreath form with the burlap colored twist ties, and it'll blend nicely with the deco mesh. But it's a 15 to 24-inch wreath form because it's 15 inches across, but once you get all your mesh and ribbon, it actually measures about 24 inches across. That's why they call it 15 to 24 inches. This is the spring sign, and I don't think you can see from there, but it's kind of got a glittery thing, and I got this at Hobby Lobby. The rest of the supplies I got at craftoutlet.com, and I will put the link for you in the down below so you can see. And then all the ribbon also came from Craft Outlet, and the wreath form and the deco mesh. So I have, I'm not exactly sure which ones we're going to use yet, but I have a pink and white polka dot, this kind of aqua color and white polka dot. This one has the Easter eggs, and this one is pink with the bunnies, and this one is a green and white pinstripe. So we will use some combination with the spring. If you ordered the DIY wreath in a box, the kit, the wreath kit, all of the ribbon is going to come pre-cut for you, and the deco mesh though will come just like this in the roll. So I'm going to show you how to attach the deco mesh to the wreath form. So we've got all of our twist ties, and I like to just kind of fan them all out so that they're ready. Remove my ribbon. Okay, so you're ready. So with the deco mesh, I like to just drop it to the floor. It's easier to work with if it's not in my way. So it's a 21-inch, so we're just going to gather it like this. And I like to start on the bottom ring in a twist tie, and you're just going to take your gather and you're going to twist it a couple times. And then I like to measure about 10 to 11 inches. So I have my cutting mat here. Okay, so I'm going to make a poof, and it's just going to be like that. That's about 10-inch poof. And then you just go to the next twist tie and twist it in. I like to kind of fluff as I go. Just kind of fluff it out. And then you just want to make sure that the rest of your poofs are similar in size. Some of the twist ties end up not being completely evenly spaced, so I'm kind of into the poof looking more even than I am with the measurement of it. So I sort of eyeball it the rest of the way around. Okay, so when you come back around to where you first started, you're gonna reopen up that first twist tie. Put your mesh into it. And then we're gonna move on to the next level here, the second level. I love these wreath forms from Craft Outlet because they're nice and deep. I don't know if you can see how deep they are, but they're a couple inches deep. So when you get everything on there, it just kind of makes everything sort of pop. So when we come up to the second level here, I open up my twist tie, and I'm not gonna make a poof. I'm just gonna twist it in though, to kind of hold it in place. And then I'm just gonna continue on with about the same amount of mesh for each tie. This is where I came from the first level to the second level, and I didn't make a loop, I just kind of tied it in. So I'm going to reopen that tie to make my last loop. And we're going to tie it in to that last loop. So you actually have several layers of mesh here in this particular tie, but that's okay. These are large ties and the wires are really strong, so they tend to not break. Okay, so now that I've come to the end, I'm going to gather my mesh and I'm going to cut it with just a little bit of a tail so I can tuck it in. Tuck it into the poof. Just kind of tucking it in there. And if you want, you can take a zip tie and zip tie the mesh to the wreath form just to keep it in place. These little tails, they tend to just go up in there just fine though. So, and this is the cute end product with just the mesh, and it's really cute. So I think what I'm gonna do is put the pink bunnies and the Easter eggs together. And for the mesh that I used, the size of mesh, I think I'm gonna go with a 13-inch cut. Okay, so I have my ribbon ready to cut, and I'm gonna do 13-inch strips. And I just know that I like 13-inch with the amount of mesh that we have. If you have added more mesh to your wreath and the poofs are bigger, you might want to just test it out first. So how we're going to do this is we're going to pinch the ribbon in the middle, and then we're going to add it to the twist tie. So you want your ribbon to stick out a little bit, but you don't want it to be too much or too little. So for this size of mesh poofs, I'm going to go with a 13-inch ribbon. Should be plenty. And my wreath form has 18 twist ties. So I'm going to do 9 of each ribbon. And we're going to alternate. I can't add. We're going to alternate on the ribbon. And I'll show you how to do that in just a minute. Okay, so I'm done cutting the pink bunnies and the Easter eggs. So now I'm gonna do the green and the aqua. I just love my little ribbon holder, it's so handy. Same thing on this ribbon, we're gonna cut 13-inch strips and we're gonna do 9. Okay, so now I've cut all my ribbon, and the next thing I'm gonna do is show you how to, you can leave your ribbon like this, but I like to do a little dovetail, which hopefully you can see from there is a little, just a V cut. So I'm gonna show you how to do that. You can take your ribbon and you just fold it over like this. And you snip it and you have your little dovetail. And you do that on both sides of your ribbon. If you're ordering the wreath kit, all of your ribbon is going to come cut and already dovetailed, so you don't have to do any of that. What I like to do is take a couple of them at the same time, fold them up and snip them, and it saves time. Okay, now we have all the ribbon cut and dovetailed, and so we're gonna put it in to the wreath. So if you've ordered the wreath kit, all your ribbon will come and look just like this. And I will be including in my kits the exact same ribbon that I'm using in these wreaths. So I like to put, you can do however you want to, but I like to put a thinner strip of ribbon with a wider strip of ribbon. So I think in this case, we'll put the green and the aqua together. And so what you're gonna do is just pinch it in the middle, and you're gonna open up your twist tie. Hopefully you can see that. Open up your twist tie and just put it right inside there and twist it back up. You can see. And I like to give it a couple or few really good twists so it's in nice and tight, and then you can tuck your ties down below so they don't show that much. Although if they do, it's not a big deal, but and then you just kind of fan your ribbon out to make a X or cross. So you have, then we're just gonna alternate the ribbon so that every other twist tie has different ribbon. So we're putting the eggs with the bunnies. Again, pinch it in the middle, lay it right inside the twist tie and twist it several times. You don't want your ribbon coming out, and then tuck your ties back and fan them out. Fan out your ribbon like that. This is so cute. I love this ribbon, and I love all the spring colors. So much fun. And just in case you want to know if you're purchasing the wreath kit or the pre-made wreaths, these are while supplies last. So I have several in stock that I have ready to sell, but once they're gone, they're gone. So if you're tuning into this video and it is not March or April of 2017, they probably will be sold out. And I apologize, but I might do this again if the wreath kit idea is a popular one. This is my first time trying this out to see if you guys like that. And if you enjoy making your own wreaths and want to do that, I love to provide instruction for you and also the supplies for you, because sometimes the supplies are just hard to find and you may not have a Hobby Lobby next to you, and you may not know which colors go best, but it's a good way to save money instead of purchasing a wreath that's already made and you're a crafty kind of person, it's a good way to do your own and save money. So as you can see, I'm just moving down to the lower level and just doing the same exact thing with each of my ribbons. Giving it some good twist ties. I'm gonna do another video coming up real soon on how to add in floral picks to your Deco mesh wreath, because sometimes you just want a little extra greenery or a little extra color, and I've really enjoyed the added dimension that brings to my wreaths, and a lot of my customers like that too. So stay tuned for that video. So here is how it looks, just like this. So it's really cute. I love the ribbon tails. So, and then you can just reposition them as you need. Okay, the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna attach the sign to the wreath. If you are making your own wreath from scratch, and you're buying your own sign, then you're going to want a staple gun, which comes in handy, and also some chenille stems. I'm using this color, kind of this natural color chenille stem. And you'll want, I usually use 4 attachment points on a sign, because then it gives me, it allows me to attach the sign really securely. So if you have purchased the wreath kit that I have available, all of the chenille stems will already be attached for you. You will have to, of course, attach the sign after you've assembled your wreath, but I will show you how to do that. So this sign is made of it's not wood, but it's like a prefab material type thing, not plastic, but staples go into it really easily. A staple gun, not a stapler. A stapler would not work. So, and also this sign comes with, it comes with a wire hanger, which I took off. So what you're gonna wanna do is kind of position your sign. Oh, look how cute that is. You're gonna position your sign just kind of square in the middle here. And I can see that I'm gonna want probably 4 attachment points. So I'm gonna attach this one here and here, and then here and here. So with your chenille stems, you're gonna take your chenille stem and somewhere in the middle, you're going to take it like that. I put 2 staples, but it doesn't keep it all the way secure. So you're going to take your chenille stem and just twist it on. The staples are in there really good, but the chenille stem needs just a little extra securing. So now you have something to attach to the wreath. So we're going to do that in all 4 of our points. Okay, so now I have all of the attachment points. I have my 4 points with the chenille stems. And if you're doing your own sign, then you can kind of just gauge, you know, where the points are that you think would be the best. If you're using like a square sign, you would do one at each of the 4 corners or something. So the next thing we're gonna do is gonna take the wreath and just sort of position it. Position this, excuse me, position the sign, and then I'm gonna look to see where the wreath form is. And I prefer to attach it to the wire not to the twist ties. If you attach it to the wire, then it will be a little bit more secure. So like on this one, and I'm just gonna show you by bringing it to the back. Okay, so here I found a cross tie, and I like to tie it to the cross ties because it's just more secure. It keeps it from wiggling back and forth. So if you have a cross tie that you can tie it to, then that's the best thing. Okay, so I like to put the chenille stems, just push them to the back of the wreath form, and if you can find a cross tie on the wreath form, that's the best place to secure it. So let me just show you here. You can see the cross tie is right here. So if you can, do it there. And then we're gonna find similar spots all throughout. And if you can't find a cross tie that matches up with where your chenille stem is, that's okay. You can tie it to the wreath, to the circular part of the form. I'll show you what I'm talking about in a second. Okay, so just push your chenille stem back, and then we're gonna secure it in just a minute. Okay, just pushing it back, and you're just gonna go in sort of between the mesh here. And that's if you can, it's nice to match up your chenille stem with the color of mesh that you have. That way the chenille stem doesn't show. Okay, so that looks pretty good and pretty centered. So I'm gonna flop that over and do some securing. We're gonna take that chenille stem, we're gonna wrap it around the wreath form, just like that. You can trim them if they're really long with wire cutters. These ended up not being too long. This looks great. I'm excited about this. So then you can straighten out all your ribbon, make sure it looks how you want it to look. And if you want to add more ribbon, you can, but I think this looks really, really cute. So thanks for joining me today, and have a happy Easter. And if you are purchasing the wreaths that are pre-made that look just like this, the Easter and the spring, I will link for you my Etsy shop. If you are making your own wreaths and buying the wreath kit, I will also have those available in my Etsy shop, so I will link for you there. And if you want to just purchase your own supplies to make a different type of wreath, I will link for you craftoutlet.com, where I purchase my supplies. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thanks, and have a great day.